Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. This is my review video of this game here, Gears of War 3. It is an exclusive for the Xbox 360, so if you have not got a 360, you probably won't be playing it anytime soon. And Gears of War fanboys, I'm probably not going to change your opinion on this game. So with that in mind, let's get started. Now Gears of War 3, the gameplay has not changed for the first two. And for most people that's fine. For me it's not, because it gets very monotonous and very tiring very quickly and very easily. And I'll explain to you, because a lot of people don't seem to understand what I mean. Now, in Gears of War in general, if you haven't played it, the only option in the game is there's enemies over there, there's cover here, you get behind the cover, you shoot them, and when they're all dead, maybe a boomer will come out, or a harder enemy to kill, or even a boss, and then you kill them, and then that repeats. You go further a bit, more cover, shoot. More cover, shoot. More cover, shoot. And while that's not a problem for most people, it is for me. And I'll tell you why, because you're doing the same thing. It's not like other games, shooting games. Like in shooting games in general, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Fallout, well, Fallout's in a different category. Sorry, I shouldn't have used that example. But in other shooting games, fair enough, the only option is to kill everything that moves. But you're killing everything that moves in different ways. There's different tactics. There's different ways that you can kill people. In this game, sure, there's different weapons, but in general, you're always looking towards the enemy and shooting at them behind cover. And if you don't use the cover, you will get killed very, very easily, especially on harder difficulties. I was playing on normal, and you couldn't run and gun, which you're not supposed to. You can't flank, because as soon as you try and flank around, the enemy will either follow you with their gun or whatever, or your teammates will follow you around. So you're always looking at them, shooting at them, and the game, there's no stealth, there's no different kind of missions or levels, that break it up. There is a few when you're in vehicles or in a submarine towards the latter stages of the game. And the controls in those are terrible. When you try and, for the submarine for example, when you try and move around, you can move through a full 360 degrees. The motion blur on everything is terrible. And in most turrets and most, what you would call, even in the submarine, the aim reticule is so off of where you're going, it's not funny, and it makes it very frustrating, very hard, especially when you're in a goddamn minefield. Now, there are other little gameplay annoyances that really get to me that are pretty stupid, like you have to hold X to pick up ammo. That to me makes no sense. Why can't you just pick the ammo up as you're walking along? But the game does a pretty good job of displaying how crap the world is, because there are beautiful moments in the game, story-wise, but because the characters are so unlikable, like there are great moments in the story that are really good, but because the characters are so unlikable, because the writing is terrible, you don't care. You just do not care about these people, you do not care about the world they live on. And if you do, you obviously haven't played better story games. There's an Australian voice actor, so thumbs up for that, although she gets really annoying after a while. And in this game, if you don't know, you play as both the Coal Train, which is awesome, and you play as Marcus. Now, I thought this was really good first on, and then you play as Coal Train for like one act, and then the rest of the game you're as Marcus. But they've broken the team up, so Baird and Cole are on their own somewhere, and you're with Dom and these two women. And no, I mean, Gears of War, it was good when you had all the four people together, but you don't have that for the whole fucking game. It's all you. It's either you and Baird and Carmine and someone else, or it's you and Dom and two women. Why can't they just keep the team together? That was a big complaint to me. And again, about the gameplay, this would make it easier to do different things instead of look down range and shoot at everything. If there was an improved squad mechanic, not as dense as Rainbow Six, but somewhere kind of in the middle, so you can say squad stay here, I'll go around, kind of like Brothers in Arms, I think that would change it up a little bit. Like the squad commands, there is essentially none. You can trade weapons, you can trade ammo, but that's about it. And I think that's disappointing for a pretty heavy squad-based game. So the look of the game is very well done. It looks good. Definitely looks better than the first two. The sound is very well done. And again, you have a Lancer, you have a gun with a chainsaw on it. What more do you want? That gun has to be like one of the best weapons in video game history. The whole game is available in 4-player co-op, which is amazing. I'm a big fan of co-op in any sense of the word. You can also do Beast Mode, which is you get to control the Locust, and you get to go after the good guys, which is really fun and really interesting for a change. So you can pick any of the enemies that you see during the game. On the locust side, you can pretty much pick. It works in a progression scale with money, so as you kill people, as you destroy barriers, as you do any of that kind of stuff that you would do in Horde, that you would build and do in Horde, you get points and money, and then as you get more points, you unlock different tiers. So on like the first tier, you have wretches, tickers, and just a general infantry grub, and then you unlock better ones, and then you unlock a spider and a millipede, and like a berserker. Awesome. I really like the co-op. Horde is back again. Horde is really good. I do enjoy it. It gets a bit tiring for me after like half an hour or so, but it's still really fun, and I do enjoy it. It's a shame that there's no like Horde mode where players are playing as both teams, because in Horde you're playing as the good guys and the computer or the NPC takes charge of the Horde, the bad guys, and same vice versa in Beast mode. So it's a shame that you can't control both. I reckon that'd be pretty fun, but then it'd be kind of really unbalanced though, but you know, what can you do? So the multiplayer again is back, and those who love the Gears of War multiplayer won't be disappointed in this one. It's a shotgun fest, which to me is game breaking, quite honestly. I don't enjoy it that much, but I can kind of see why people do. It's really great to see dedicated servers and a good connection finally, after Australians had to put up with so much shit in number 1 and number 2. It was terrible connection, so it's good to see that. It is kind of fun sometimes, but to me, I kind of equate it to like Halo, where if you're really good at it, you will enjoy it, and if you're not, you're not going to bother. But the co-op is definitely where the sun shines on the multiplayer. So overall, you know, Gears of War 3 is much more of the same. If you like the old stuff, if you like Gears of War 1 and 2, you will like this. Primarily because it's the same game, just with updated stuff and an awesome co-op experience. So I'd recommend it if you've liked the first two. If you didn't like the first two, you're not going to like this. It didn't persuade me to love Gears of War 3. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. It's just get very tiring. With a great co-op aspect, an average multiplayer, average competitive multiplayer. It's still a really good game. So you should go and check it out. If you haven't played Gears of War 1 and 2, rent it. If you like it, then go back and play the first two. So that's my review. Here are the scores. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Have a good one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Au revoir.